Hi, and welcome back to another episode about the Langrisser Mobile, okay? And in today's episode, I'm going to discuss efficient grinding, okay? Now, you, like me, I've been playing the game, and, you get up to a particular level, around level 30, then you start getting kind of stuck, okay? You find out that, your team level is high enough to, be at, let's say, 30 or that kind of stuff, but you can't beat any of the things that are like level 30 on the map, right? Your characters aren't strong enough, and then that's when you need to know that you have to start leveling up and building all the different structures of your particular characters, okay? So one of the things you need to do is basically you need to concentrate on doing what they refer to as the daily grind, okay? Now, the game is very easily, sets it out to you that, you need to work on these different little things, okay? And they basically got you a list of different things that you need to, complete in order to, to get all the little pieces and that kind of stuff. Do it. And again, I recommend you going and try to do as many of those things as you can in order to get to the rewards and that kind of stuff you can do, okay? Now, one of the things that you need to sort of kind of pay attention to is the way the game's sort of laid out. It works off of your stamina. Your stamina basically, keeps track and basically limits you how much you can do in one sitting. Now, again, in the old days of when you're sitting and playing on the TurboGrafx or on your Sega Genesis and whatnot, you like to sit down and play for several hours at a time. Burning through the levels and repeating levels and that kind of stuff and grinding, as you say. This game, as much as the writers and the creators would like you to sit here and just keep burning through all your stamina and keep buying more stamina and that kind of stuff, that's not how the game, basically efficiently allows you to do that, okay? What it does is it gives you an allocated amount of stamina points and an amount of, say bread to basically run you for the particular day. Your stamina also regenerates at a relatively slow rate. It if you click the top of your stamina point there, it'll tell you when your next stamina reset happens, as well as how much time you'll have until the next piece of stamina comes. You get one piece of stamina about every 5 minutes, so you get 12 every hour, okay? And so basically after 10 hours you'll have a full 120 points of stamina, okay? So the way that it's laid out in that respect is it wants you to come back to the game multiple times in the day to do your little bit, okay? So instead of sitting there and grinding for 2-3 hours in one sitting, okay, it wants you to basically go in there, do your little thing, maybe go through the secret realm and do your Aniki, do your bonding, do your do all those kind of quests, and then kind of stop there until you basically when your stamina is done. Wait 8 to 10 hours, get all of that stamina back, then go through and do your joint battles, your guild wars, do your all that stuff, do your the things on the map. Again, do your bonding and do your time rift levels and that kind of stuff. Do that in a second sitting, okay, and then again wait until you're another 8 to 10 hours, get your stamina back, and then you can do it again, okay. So it's timely means of doing that, and basically depending on what time and what part of the world you're in, you also got to pay attention to when the server resets, because you want to basically maximize all the little things that you need to do before the server resets, because then when the server resets, then you can basically redo all those things again and get credit for them again, okay. So it's it's important to know when that time is for you. Again, I'm in Vancouver here, so that is basically 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time at night. So 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when our reset happens here. So you can do the calculation from that, okay? So those are the more sort of efficient things to do in terms of how to make use of your time effectively, okay? Now, the second thing I want to talk about in terms of grinding is just the sheer numbers of it, okay? So one good thing that Langrisser does is it lets you do an auto battle, i.e., you just pick the guys, you locate your heroes in the right spots, you hit auto, and the computer will use its AI to automatically go and kill everything for you. Now, the trick about the AI is it's not really intelligent. Okay, it is really bent on attacking. Okay, so it just analyzes what your guys are and analyzes where the enemy is. If you can attack it, it'll go ahead and attack it. It may not use the most efficient spells. It may not use the most efficient attack method. Whether long range or short. Using arrows or that kind of stuff. It'll even attack if you have if quite simply you will die because of the subsequent counterattack damage. Okay. It will just throw you out there. It won't make any consideration that you should heal yourself first, then go attack, or maybe you should just go find your healer and heal them up instead of charging out their attack. The AI is not that intelligent. It'll just ram you through there, and if you get your character killed, it doesn't care. Okay, so 2 points of reference is the last two events that have happened. So one is the summertime bikini event, and this brand new one, which is the crossover event, which is the Trails in Time event. They mostly had a point-driven quest sort of mode, where basically there are different sort of scenarios that you can go through. As you go through them, you get points, and when your points adds up to a certain amount, you unlock certain things. Okay, the first, of course, the swimsuit was to get enough points to get, for example, Freya's swimsuit. Now, if you look at how much it would cost, it was you needed like 100,000. The first event was, of course, getting Freya's swimsuit, and of course, that required 30,000 points in order to unlock and get the skin for that, so that you can give her the bathing suit. So every time you completed it, they gave you 100 points, and then I guess 20 points of bonus for every time you completed it. So you get 120 points for every completion. So quick calculation would say that, okay, if I kept grinding at that particular level, which is like level 35, I figured out a way that I can position my 5 troops in a certain way that it was able to complete that level on auto. I was able to then basically take that level and just basically auto repeat and keep grinding that same level over and over again. And I calculated that it was going to take 137 times to basically pound that level before I got 30,000 experience points to do it. Okay, so now, how much stamina would it take to do 137 runs of that particular thing? Well, okay, you have 120 stamina. You can do 12 runs every time you generate 120 points. So virtually every 8 hours, you will, approximately every 10 hours, I should probably say, you will get 120 points back. So basically every day you can do it twice, which is basically 24 runs. Okay, so if you're just going to do it without using any of the existing stamina and that kind of stuff you got just from regeneration, you can get basically 24 runs done in the one day. Now, again, this is where I had a whole bunch of bread and that kind of stuff all stored up. If you do your daily quest, you also get another 4 pieces of bread, which gives you another 200 stamina points to work with. Okay, so that's almost enough to do another 2 sets of 24 runs each. So that will get you up to basically 75 runs. Okay, so basically, in the course of about 2 days, you can get to that level just by basically pounding at that one level with using auto efficiently every roughly about 8 hours. Again, using your daily quests and using the bread that you get from that, you can pound that even some more, and basically you can complete that fairly quickly. The new quest, of course, is the Trails in Time. Okay, again, they've got a big linear scale of how soon you can get all your different things on the scale, and exactly the same thing. First level that you can work on is level 35. So again, If you can position your troops in a certain particular way, you hit auto and you can complete it. Yeah. So to unlock the Chloe character, you need 4,000 points. And of course, that's quite easily doneable because you got 100 points for every time you clear level 35. Okay, so when you do that, you need obviously 40 clears. Every 10 hours, you get 120 points. That's 12 runs on that. So you can do that twice. In 20 hours, we're roughly at about a day. You'll get basically 24 clears. If you open up 4 things of bread from your daily quests, that'll give you another 24 more clears. That'll give you 44 clears, and that will be, plenty enough points to get you your unlock that main character. And again, you can continue doing that and continue, piling on the points to get more shards and that kind of stuff. But again, it's this multiple grinding that will get you through that. Again, it's spaced out throughout the day. Okay, so the concept is that they want you to return multiple times during the day in order to expend your stamina points that you collect. Again, unlike the days of when you did it on the console, where you just sat in front of the console and you just kept plugging away at it for several hours. The more efficient way to do it is to basically keep checking back on it every once in a while, do some of your things, do auto and that kind of stuff to get through it during your day, okay? And spend less time throughout the day to do the same thing, okay? So, I hope you find this episode useful. Again, as I get more further into the game and, realize different things that you need to do, I'll make another video for that, to hopefully help you guys out a little bit more. So, until then, hit subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next video.